Welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you from the commercial city of Aba. First, the headlines. Abia State workers issue fresh warning on indefinite strike. Residents of Umode in Osisioma local government area lament the deplorable condition of their road. NEMA says plateau building collapse, an avoidable tragedy. Thanks for joining us on the news at this time. I am Mary Ihejirika. Now the news in details. A depressing and embarrassing phenomenon of development is poor and deplorable road network. This has endangered many lives and properties in addition to dwindling economic fortunes. The people of Umode in Osisioma local government area are groaning as their only access road has now turned into a death trap. Our correspondent Esther Chima visited the road and now reports.
Bad roads affect the physical health of daily commuters and are notorious for causing vehicular accidents leading to injuries ranging from minor bruises to severe trauma. The impact of bad roads is more than accident. Daily commuters navigating these roads often suffer from back pain, spinal issues and posture-related problems due to constant jolting and vibrations. The impact of driving on poorly maintained roads on mental health is often neglected. The need for constant attention to avoid potholes and unexpected obstacles can lead to increased stress and anxiety experienced not only by the drivers but also by the passengers. Umode Road, which is located off the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, harbors traders at the Ariara International Market due to how close it is to the market. It also leads to different companies and also to Ishia here and all the way to Owerenta. You can also get to Eche, River State through this route, thereby decongesting the expressway. But sadly, the Umode Road, which is the only access road of the residents, has since been abandoned, making residents suffer terribly as they try to go about their daily activities. Mr. Emmanuel Ogogwa, an Okada rider in the area, explained the situation.
I am Emmanuel Ogogwa. I will no more there. And I'm more Okada. Now on Tony Junction, and it's been long. Otelaka also Tony Mas Road maybe. Tony Mas by Umode Ishahia, and the Kakatanjo also Blue Oja, Ebaho, the Guguno Young, Otela Choraka, less Oti Babanayaka. I pay Akwa, I am Mokame, Grandina, and Chitana Eba, Maumbu and 980 radio, Mana TV, Mauhana. So all kind of also because Abia State government can have Abia General Ayatala since 2018 goes about maybe share. Even 2022 goes out 2018 or within 2 years itself was a maybe share.
Chairman in Okada Tony Junction. Ebaroza Abo Gawali Shebe Primary School on a Quagaga. Eba the Peru Mbako down on a Quagakupela Abo. Abaracha last time. Ndị Okada la ndị keke a na-aga Puchitia. So ebe ahụ adịghị mma, machine agwụla, ndị moto ndị ebe a steady ma keke ndị ha dị ya, ụmụ anyị ndị gbajishi ụkwụ nga steady, ọ bụ taa arụrụ ọ dịkwa ya ga-aga. So anyị na-arịọ gọọmenti ka ọ gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka lụzuo Umode ebe a nyere anyị aka ka o wee dị mma.
Mrs. Ngozi Otosorochi, a shop owner in the area, narrates the challenges she has been facing as a result of the bad road.
Ana m n'ihu Blue Osh na-ere sidoye. But ụzọ ọjọọ na-ekwe ka anyị ree ahịa because of ụzọ ọjọọ mmiri zohala ebe etojuo mmiri na-abata n'ime shade ndị mmadụ. So ya na-ekwu maka ndị gọọmenti ụlọ help anyị mezere anyị ụzọ. Ụlọ mezere anyị ụzọ ọ ga-adịkwara na mma dịkwara anyị nwa na mma. N'ihi gịnị ụzọ ọjọọ na-emebi obodo ihe 3 years ebe a mebiri a na-arụ ebe ndị ọzọ. Ịrụrụ anyị Umode ụzọ Umode our problem. So I reckon the government.
Mr. Dennis Akwa, a roadside mechanic, begs the government to come to their aid to enable them do their businesses.
I beg this is our road. We took the suffer for this road. Sometimes we rain fall, nowhere to walk, so we go for inside gutter. So I beg, we need help for this road. Help us to walk this road because we don't suffer too much from Tony Mas to Isaiah and about. We need help. So any help we can help us for this road so that we can be safe for this road. If you rainfall, nowhere to enter. Water they enter everywhere. People house. So I beg, we need help for this our road.
The frustration and anger caused by traffic jam on this road can escalate to road rage, which affects our emotional well-being as well as our relationship with others. Remember, every journey towards better health begins with a single step, or in this case, a smooth and safe road for everyone. As the rains intensifies, the people of Umuoti are appealing to the governor, Dr. Alex Oti, to come to their rescue. Esther Chima reporting.
The management of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has debunked reports circulating in certain media outlets that a female corps member met an untimely death following a lightning incident at the Abba State Orientation Camp, Omona. NYSC's Director of Information and Public Relations, A.D. Mewa, in a statement acknowledged that the corps member was struck by lightning during a heavy downpour early in the day, accompanied by an unusual thunderstorm. He, however, clarified that no life was lost during the incident. Megwa said the injured female corps member was stabilized by the dedicated orientation camp medical team from the Federal Medical Center, FMC Umuahia. He added that the victim was immediately referred to a hospital in Umuahia for a thorough medical evaluation and is currently responding to treatment. Organized Labour Abba State Chapter has warned the state government that failure to adhere to and implement the Memorandum of Understanding reached at the meeting by July 28, 2024, no other notice will be given to the government than to proceed on an indefinite strike. Following the ultimatum, Abba State Governor Alex Oti met with members of the organized labor in the state with a directive to the State Accountant General to liaise with the union on their demands, among other issues. The state's NLC chairman, Obunaya Okoro, had alleged that the state government is currently paying 20,100 naira, while workers in the local governments receive 18,000 naira as minimum wage. However, the governor said that records available to him show the state is paying 30,000 naira minimum wage. Addressing the press, Okoro said the details of the agreement he highlighted include the payment of the 30,000 naira minimum wage and the 35,000 naira palliative wage award as approved by the federal government, payments of severance allowances to directors and permanent secretaries compulsorily retired, payment of current leave allowances, among others. Two young Progressive Party members of the Abba State House of Assembly dumped their party for the Labour Party on Friday. The lawmakers are Fine Ahwama of Osisiomangwa South and Ihanacho Mogu of Osisiomangwa North. The Abba State Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, officially received them. Receiving the new members at Ongwa High School, Aba, during a reception, Oti said that the two members have been working with his government since its inception. He said that they did not join him for any pecuniary reasons, but because of their belief in a functional government, adding that his government is one that does not share money, but creates an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. National Emergency Management Agency NEMA has condemned the loss of lives in the school that collapsed in Plateau State, saying the tragedy was avoidable. NEMA Director General Zubaida Omar, who visited the school 2 days after the incident, stated that engaging professionals in buildings will save the disaster that led to the loss of lives at the secondary school. Friday's incident is the latest in the series of building collapses that have plagued several parts of the nation recently. According to the Plateau State government, 22 persons died and 132 persons were injured after the school collapse in the Busabuji, Jos North local government area of the state. Inspector General of Police Kayode Igwetekun has suspended the enforcement of electronic central motor registration for vehicle owners in the country. The first spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, had said the IG ordered that the enforcement of the ECMR should commence on July 29. The enforcement order sparked an outcry from Nigerians who accused the police of creating an opportunity to extort vehicle owners. The chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association section on Public Interest and Development Law, John Akpopo Martins, said the directive by Ebetukun to begin enforcing the digitized central motor registration was a blatant disregard for the rule of law. But in a statement, Adejobi announced that the IG has suspended the enforcement of the ECMR. He added that there was the need to sensitize the citizens on the initiative, which he said was designed to secure vehicles. President of the Dangote Refinery, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, says the refinery is now set to roll out its petrol from August 2024, having resolved its crude oil supply issues through the help of the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and the federal government. Dangote told senior journalists in Lagos that the crude supply challenge, which affected the supply of petrol from the refinery, was resolved last week after the federal government intervened. The journalists were on a guided tour of the refinery, which is located at the Lekki Free Trade Zone in Lagos. Recently, the Dangote Industries Limited, DIL, raised an alarm over attempts by international oil companies, IOCs, to frustrate efforts at purchasing crude for the refinery. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of 5 new Chief Executive Officers, CEOs, for 5 parastatals and agencies, as well as 2 special advisors, SAS, and a senior special assistant, SSA. According to a statement signed by the presidential spokesperson, Ajuri Ngalale, Dr. Mainasara Omar Kogo is the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT. According to the statement, President Tinubu also approved the appointment of Mr. Jobson Ewalefo as the new Director General of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC. Also, Mr. Oluwaseun Faleye as the new Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF. The President also approved the appointment of Mr. Cornelius Oluwasegun Adebayo as the new Executive Secretary, Chief Executive Officer of the National Agricultural Land Development Authority, NALDA. Mr. Tosin Adeyanju is named the new Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund, NLTF. Mr. Silas Agara as the new Director General of the National Directorate of Employment, NDE. He also approved the appointment of Idris Ajimobi as Senior Special Assistant to the President on Livestock Development, Office of the President. Former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose says nobody can become a local government chairman without the support of the serving governor of a state. He made this known during a Monitor television interview. He said the state and the local government tiers of government are inseparable and that no one can take the baby from the mother. The PDP chieftain described as an illegality caused by some persons and groups that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, should take over the conduct of local government elections from state-owned electoral umpires. Fayose said no governor would allow his enemies to win local government chairmanship seats. Congress of University Academics is calling on the federal government to pay outstanding salaries, promotion arrears, and other benefits owed to its members. The president of the union, Niyi Sumuno, made the call in a communique issued at the end of his second National Executive Council meeting held in Benin. Enyimba TV recalls that the Academic Staff Union of Universities in February 2022 declared an industrial action that lasted for about 8 months to press for proper funding of university education, among others. Consequently, the federal government invoked a no work, no pay rule by withholding 7.5 months' salaries of all academic staff in the Nigerian universities. Konwa, in its resolutions at the NEC meeting, said the union had consistently maintained that it never declared and was not part of the strike action. Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, to disclose the details of the agreement the federal government had with X, formerly Twitter, over the lifting of the ban the federal government imposed on the microblogging site during the Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Deputy Director of the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, Kolawole Oluwadari, in a statement disclosed that the judgment was delivered by Justice Nnamdi Dimba. Serap, in a Freedom of Information suit, demanded that the details of the agreement be disclosed to the public, expressing concerns that the agreement may not comply with the exercise of Nigerians' human rights online. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Abdullahi Umaru Ganduje, has stated that the task before the party was the conversion of Abia, Enugu and Anambra to APC-controlled states in the country. Ganduje, who said this during the APC Southeast Stakeholders meeting at the Christian Ecumenical Center, Abakaliki, urged APC party stakeholders within the region to work in unison for the overall interests of the party and eventual takeover of the 3 remaining states of Southeast for APC. He told the people of the Southeast that the APC as a party has begun the implementation of its blueprints on the demarginalization of the Southeast zone, as it will enable the people of the region to benefit maximally from the present administration and gain access to the mainstream of national politics. According to him, all hands must be on deck in order for the vicious circle of marginalization to be broken against all odds. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After this short break, the news continues with foreign, business and sports updates. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. Now the news continues and we begin with foreign. Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico has said he saw close similarities between an attack on Donald Trump and the one he suffered in May. The former U.S. president was hit in the ear in an assassination attempt during a campaign rally on Saturday. Fico, 59, was hit by 4 bullets from close range after a government meeting in central Slovakia on May 15. He underwent 2 lengthy surgeries in a nearby hospital and returned to work last week. The nationalist-leaning Fico accused the liberal Slovak opposition of inciting hatred against him. And on business, Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, says the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, now owns a 7.2% stake in the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and not a 20% stake as initially announced before the inauguration of the facility at the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Dangote, who made this known at a press briefing, said NNPC's stake dropped to 7.2% over the company's failure to pay the balance of their share, which was due in June. The NNPC had acquired a 20% interest in the $20 billion Dangote refinery for $2.76 billion. The NNPC also confirmed the development in a statement late Sunday. And finally, from sports, Lautaro Martinez scored an extra time winner as Argentina beat Colombia 1-0 to win a record 16th Copa America title at Hard Rock Stadium. A poor game which had been marred by security and crowd issues, forcing an 82-minute delay, was decided by a quality finish from Martinez, his 5th goal of the tournament. The win was the 3rd straight major tournament title for Argentina following their 2021 Copa victory and their triumph in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. There were tears before the celebrations, though, with Argentina captain Lionel Messi going off injured in the 66th minute, watching the rest of the game distraught on the bench. While there was an emotional farewell for Angel Di Maria in his final game of the national team. With a sports story, we wrap up this edition of news on Enyimba TV at this time. But before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. In the news, we told you Abia State workers have issued fresh warning on indefinite strike. We also told you that residents of Umote in Osisioma LGA have lamented the deplorable condition of their road. And we told you NEMA says plateau building collapse, an avoidable tragedy. That's the size of our package of news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihejirika saying have yourself an amazing day.